Solving quadratic equation by factoring. A quadratic equation is an equation that can be written in the form ax2 plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers with a is equivalent to 0. The form ax2 plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is the standard form of a quadratic equation. For example, we have here an example. X squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So 2x squared minus 5x is equal to 3. And x squared is equal to 4 are all quadratic equations. So these are all quadratic equations. But only x2 plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0 is in standard form. So until now, we have factored expressions, including many quadratic expressions. In this section, we see how we can use factored quadratic expressions to solve quadratic equations. Solve quadratic equations by factoring. So, we use the zero factor property to solve a quadratic equation by factoring. So, if a and b are real numbers, and if a, b is equal to 0, so then a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0. That is, if the product of two numbers is 0. So then, at least one of the numbers must be 0. One number must, but both may be 0. Solve quadratic equations by factoring continued. In summary, follow the steps to solve quadratic equations by factoring. So, we have example later. So, may I read the steps? Step 1. Write the equation in standard form, that is, with all terms on one side of the equal sign is descending power of the variable and 0 on the other side. So step 2, factor completely. Step 3, use the zero factor property to set each factor with variable equal to 0 and solve the resulting equations. Step 4, check each solution in the original equation. So we have here the example using the zero factor property. So we have here the given problem, 2x plus 3 times 5x plus 7 is equal to 0. So here's our solution. Like what I read a while ago, the steps that we have to use. 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. So we have here 2x plus 3 minus 3 is equal to 0 minus 3. So we have here the solution, x is equal to 0. So 5x plus 7 is equal to 0. So we have here 5x plus 7 minus 7 is equal to 0 minus 7. So we have here, so we have to put the solution. X is equal to negative 2. So our solution is 0 and negative 2.